Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this week's episode of Mocktail Minutes. This is Bailey.
And this is Brianna.
This week, I am drinking, we have a new drink this week.
Ooh,
So I'm
nice.
drinking Unwell Hydration. Have you ever listened to the Call Her Daddy podcast?
Yes.
So I used to listen to it all the time, like when it first started with Alex and Sophia with an F. And
Hmm.
then I kind of stopped listening to it, but I've been listening to more of a recent episodes. It's a very different vibe.
Oh, I haven't listened in a long time, so I'll have to check
Yeah,
it out.
it's completely different. She has guests all the time, and there's been some really good guests. And I'm pretty sure she just teased it on TikTok that Ellen Pompeo is going to be on there next. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna start listening to it again. But she came out with her own like hydration drink, which honestly is not bad. It has 4 grams of added sugar, second ingredient being cane sugar. So, I mean, that's okay. It's otherwise sweetened with some stevia, but it does have 190 milligrams of potassium and sodium has 490. So it's a little bit higher sodium versus
Yeah.
potassium, but I mean, I like it. I think it's a good one to keep on
Yeah.
you.
Especially like heading into hotter weather. I like it,
And 60 milligrams of magnesium.
which I always like. I feel like sometimes magnesium's left out.
Mhm.
I'm doing a recess, of course, but I'm doing the tropical bliss one. And I was a little like iffy about it because I don't really like tropical type flavors, but this is actually really good. It's tropical tea infusion. So it's like honey
Mhm.
bush, apple, hibiscus, rose hips, mango. It's actually really good.
Watching myself in this video, Josh has made me self-conscious. You have got to get rid of that headset. I'm like, I thought I
I like
looked like an
it.
official podcaster, and now
Yes, that's how I feel. I feel like you look like a real podcaster. I need to get one. They all have
well,
it.
will you please get one so Josh can make fun of both of us and not just me?
We'll just both have it.
We're gonna need to have a poll. Like, does Bailey need to get rid of the headset?
What do you think? Does
It's
Bailey
so
need to
much
throw it
easier.
out?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
it
so much easier.
is.
There's no cords. I have my microphone, I have my headphones all in one. I can move around and you can still hear me. And I feel like it does a great job at canceling background noise. Like if I move my microphone, you can't hear me talking.
Hmm. Which is good because there's always noise. Yeah, I like it. And yeah, it's easier. It's when you start, like, I already am irritated by this mic because of all the cords and like
The
how it
cords,
has
yeah.
to be sitting in front of you. It's like,
And when you have a stupid Mac, I say stupid Mac, but I love my Mac, but they took the USB ports out. So now I have a USB converter to be able to plug in the other cord. It's just cords everywhere.
yeah, same. I'm looking at mine right now. And I couldn't find it right before we hopped on. I was like panicking because I was already
Yeah.
running late. I was like, where is it? Stupid.
hmm
You have to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get one. But yeah. Side note.
Anyway, today we're talking about limiting beliefs. I feel like we've done a couple like sciencey episodes lately
Yeah.
where it's time for another pep talk because really, I thought about this was a good topic because I actually just met with someone yesterday. She's like, I had full intentions to go all in, New Year's resolution, get my life together. And she's like, and now it's freaking March and my life is still not together. All
Yeah.
right, we need a pep talk. This, I honestly feel like is like one of the busiest seasons because
Oh yeah.
we're starting to settle in and then we're like, holy crap, we're already 3 months into the year and it's almost April.
Yeah, I know. And this is a time where if you really were super gung ho about your New Year's resolutions, they have probably fizzled out, maybe because you just kind of had don't have motivation or what you were doing was like unsustainable. And now you're moving into like spring and spring break and traveling. And it's like, well, what the heck do I do? So you just kind of throw in the towel. But exactly. This is a time where we're going to have another come to Jesus pep talk moment.
Yes. So
What
we
are
were
we?
talking about limiting beliefs.
Mhm.
So first, when we talk about limiting beliefs, let's talk about what they are. Basically, it's just an assumption or a negative thought that is holding you back from making changes. So when it comes to eating healthy or exercising, some common ones that I've heard is like healthy food is boring. Literally, I think someone tells me this about, well, not someone, different people tell me
Yeah.
this about 8 times a week.
Oh, easily.
Hear it
Yeah.
all the time as a dietitian. Like, vegetables. I'm like, Have you ate every single vegetable and tried it every single different way? Okay, well, grow up and try them again. And that's what, I mean, we're putting our big girl pants on today. So healthy food is boring. That's a common one. I can't stick with it. I always fail. I hate working out. It's just like we go into the effort mode. I have no motivation. Or another common one I'm hearing is I'm overwhelmed.
Mhm.
Those are kind of the top ones I hear, which, well, any other ones that you kind of hear often?
Well, like the all or nothing thinking, like
Hmm.
one bad day ruins everything, or I already messed up, like I'll try next week. Like you can't start on a Thursday, those like the
Yeah.
perfection mindset. The perfection mindset is a big one. And I always have to talk to people about their mindset, and I know you do too. And we talk about it a lot on here. And I don't think it's until you really start to uncover things that you realize, oh, I do need to kind of get a grip on how I think about things, because these kind of thoughts, they create resistance and they lead to self-sabotage, inconsistency, the guilt spirals, the shame. And the thing is you can challenge these and replace these with more empowering ones. So the problem is if you stick with this negative mindset, you do what you think. If you think I suck, I can't stick with anything, I don't like healthy food, you are not willing to change or try it because your default is those negatives and you're not setting yourself up for success. So you have to really reframe them and start thinking like, you know what? I do like healthy food. I think I do like moving my body. Like I know I can do this. And obviously that comes with some action steps. But the first one is like, knock it off. Knock it off.
Just
You're
stop.
done. Stop it. Stop it. If you wouldn't like your kids saying it to themselves or each other, or you wouldn't let your best friend do it, or you wouldn't let your sister or someone do it, you shouldn't be saying it to yourself. And I know we all have that friend that calls up and is like, all this stuff is going wrong, and you see the solution, right? And you're just like, if you could just see it, you're being that person. Like we are
Hmm.
looking at you going, okay, we see it. You just need to knock it off. Like, are
Hmm.
you ready to change it?
Yeah. This is why you're self-sabotaging every single week. This is why you're spiraling, is because these beliefs are creating this resistance in your brain. And I mean, even thinking about it, I feel like lately I've been coming a lot to like parenting type things. I'm in my mom era.
Mom
I'm
era,
still fresh and new. We're still not even a year in yet. But it's like you start to read up on different things on, as Gannon's getting older, he's gonna start getting into different things. So it's like you're not supposed to be like, no, don't touch that. You're supposed to be like, hey, let's put it on the floor or something like that. Like you
yeah.
redirect it, like let them know what to do. So a lot of times I feel like our limiting beliefs, it's so focused on what not to do, like this sucks. When
Mm-hmm.
you're always focused on that, like then we get stuck in, okay, what should we do? So
Mm-hmm.
that's part of that reframing too, and is thinking about how can we make this better? How can we make this more positive? So like you were saying, like instead of healthy food is boring. I literally asked someone, I said yesterday, well, I didn't say, I asked them, what does healthy eating mean to you? Because I could tell they were a little resistant, like I'm doing this because I have to. My doctor's like, get your life together type of thing. And they're
Mm-hmm.
like, protein and salads. Like, okay.
Okay.
I hate salads. There are certain places that I will eat salads. I will eat them a little more at home now, but I don't love salads. Healthy eating, I think, is really a subjective term,
Yes.
honestly. So, healthy food can taste great and it's going to make you feel great. It's not just about salads and steamed broccoli.
Mm-hmm.
You can add seasoning, spices, like find alternatives to your favorite food. I love waffles, but instead of like sometimes I'll just make a regular waffle and that's cool.
Yeah.
But I'm also gonna add like eggs and fruit to it. But then sometimes I make like a protein waffle with some of my protein powder. It's just all about creating that balance and not always just depriving yourself.
Yes. Well, because everybody thinks eating healthy is the typical like bodybuilder. I do plain boiled tasteless chicken and steamed broccoli. And no, I'm not eating that. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
I
like gross.
I
Why
like
would
myself.
you stick to it?
Yeah, I like myself and I like my food, and there's no reason why you need to do it. So I think that limiting belief of it's just gross, it's boring, it doesn't work. Absolutely not. If you're healthy eating is boring, you're doing it wrong. And so, yeah, that reframe of like, okay, let me figure out how to make more healthful foods taste good. Let me find ones that I actually enjoy because it's not that healthy food is boring. I just haven't figured out how to do it. That feels empowering. Like, oh, well, let me figure it out. There's a challenge because we are really like grown kids. Like we like challenges. We like being told you're not doing it right. I think you still need to figure it out because we're like, oh yeah, okay, like I'll do it, kind of with like, don't touch it, like, oh, let's set it over here. As soon as you tell us, like, if you start thinking about all the stuff you can't do, you're just going to want to do it. And I think that's the thing with food is people are like, oh, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't do that. So it's boring.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not. Another one is I can't stick with it. I always fail. This is going to set you up for failure every time. If you truly think you can't do it before you start doing it, you will not do it. You won't. You will never be successful. So thinking, I'm learning how to create a lifestyle. I'm not aiming for perfection. And that's an important one because if you think I just need to do something hard for a short time, you're never going to find sustainable things. And you're always going to look at getting healthy or losing weight as like this isolated thing you need to do. And then once you achieve it, you can just go back to doing whatever you do. But that's why you do the yo-yo thing.
Yeah. And honestly, one of the most important things you can do for yourself, even if you are not on a weight loss goal right now, you want to feel good and you want to have a better high quality life as you continue to age, is
Mm-hmm.
just take care of your body. Like we need to stop doing things in response to doctors' advice versus on the lab work or something happened. Now we're going to pay attention because if you pay attention right now, this is going to work out so much better for you in the long run. Like everyone should be lifting weights. Everyone should be eating their protein and their fruits and vegetables. So when we're also thinking in ways of, oh my gosh, I woke up and I'm up 15, 20 pounds the past 6 months and I can't eat whatever I want to. Okay, well, again, that's another like I'm stuck type of feeling.
Yeah.
So if you're like, oh, I can't eat it if I don't know, how am I trying to say this? So if you're like, I used to be able to eat whatever I want and now I can't because I will gain 10 pounds looking at a slice of bread.
Mm-hmm.
Well, of course you're going to be resistant. You still can eat whatever you want. But also, if you're kind of in this phase where it's like, I can do whatever I want and it's not affecting me right now,
Yeah.
I want to challenge that because
Such a
anyone that has said that 10 years later, like, oh, I used to be able to eat whatever I want. And
yes.
now it's like, oh, now I'm going to pay attention. It's a lot
Because
harder. Like,
like actually you just got away with it for a while, but now it compounded to where you are now. So now it's not like, oh, I used to be whatever I want, nothing happened, and now I can't even look at bread. Well, that's
like
because
thinking about like kids often intake so much sugar and carbs, and we don't really think about it because it's affecting them in a way of their sleep or just like how they act. Like we can see that. But you also have to think like kids are very active all the
yeah.
time.
Mhm.
They are moving around way more than adults are. So they're using more of that sugar. That's why they can quote unquote get away with it. But guess what? It's still inflammatory to their body to have all the sugar.
Mhm. You just view it as like,
So
oh, they're getting
I
away
don't know
with
if that made sense or not, but
it. Yeah, no, 100%. So if you're one of those people that's like, I can't stick with that, I always fail, set a micro goal. It's because you are aiming for the stars, you're shooting for the stars, and you're still way down here. And we are always, and we've talked about this, people setting unrealistic goals because they're like, well, I have a lot of change I want to make. So I need to do these big things. That's why you're failing. Micro goal. I'm going to drink one extra glass of water today. I'm going to go for a 5-minute walk. I'm going to add a vegetable to dinner. Like that's all I'm doing. You know, little tiny things that are realistic and you can't fail at. If you are no walking and you get like 2,000 steps a day, do not go, oh, all of a sudden I'm going to do 10,000 steps a day. No.
you might do it for the first
Yeah.
few days, but then
And
it's
then you're
just not
not.
going
And
to
then
keep
that's going to
going.
like, yeah. And then that's going to reaffirm that I suck. I always fail. You have to set yourself up for success. I hate working out. That's another one, especially with women. And I think it's because we've always viewed it as like a torture thing, but instead of I hate
Mhm.
working out, I haven't found movement that I enjoy yet.
And honestly, you might not always enjoy lifting weights either. But sometimes you just gotta do it. I
Yeah.
will say it, I don't get super excited all the time to go
Okay.
downstairs and lift. Like,
Yeah.
but I know that muscle's gonna start decreasing in like 2 years.
So
So
yeah. Hey, I
I'm
gotta
like,
start this.
we're
Yeah.
preparing now. So it's not always going to be exciting, but it's also important for me to have a high quality life. It's important to me to feel really good in my body. It's important to me to build muscle and do all these things. That's why I do it. Not because, like, I do enjoy it once I'm there. It's
But
sometimes,
you're not like, yes, I'm lifting today.
yeah,
And and I like to challenge that because I think we're definitely in a society that's like you should be comfortable all the time and you should enjoy everything all the time.
get uncomfy.
That's unrealistic and not true because you know what you're going to hate more than working out? You're going to hate that you can't get up and down off the floor. You're going to hate when you can't walk from the car into the store. You're going to hate that you can't lift up your grandkids because you don't have the muscle mass. Things like that are truly things that you are going to hate. And so being a little uncomfortable sometimes is important. This is okay. But if you are starting a workout routine and you really truly are like, I am in the boat where I hate it, okay, then start small. Do something you love. I don't care what you do at first. Just start moving your body intentionally. Find something. And then it's much more easier to go, okay, now I need to move my body in this way. I don't love it, but I'm already used to moving my body. So I think I can be uncomfortable for 2 days out of the week.
I think I can buck up.
Right. I'm like, there's a lot of things I don't like. If I just didn't do the things I didn't like, I mean, you got to get choosy with.
I hate showering. Like, not gonna lie here, I hate having to take a
I
shower.
hate washing my hair.
The hair we can kind of get away with sometimes.
I hate putting on real clothes, but I have to do it.
But we have to do it.
Wait,
We have to shower. I mean, I guess so. I mean, there's a good point. Like, you don't have to shower,
but you should,
but you're
right?
not gonna
Exactly.
like the outcomes. It's gonna bother you if you don't shower.
Yeah, eventually.
Eventually, maybe at first not, but eventually it's gonna build up. You're gonna have some
Yeah,
stink to you,
yeah,
like more than stink. It's gonna be bad. So you have to shower
yeah.
even if you don't want to shower.
You have to do it. I'm sorry. You have to move your body. You have
You
to
want a
build
long
muscles.
quality life, you have to have that muscle.
Yeah. I think the next two, they kind of go together. So it's like the limiting belief of one bad day ruins everything. And then the other one, if it's too overwhelming. I think these go really hand in
Yeah.
hand because you are making it overwhelming by trying to be so perfect every day. And that
Mhm.
mindset of like, I messed up today, that becomes so overwhelming because you're making this like, it must be perfect. And, just because one meal wasn't great or you didn't get a workout in or you got a little less sleep doesn't mean the whole day like needs to be thrown in the trash can. Like there's always going to be things you can't control. Focus on what you can. What can you control? Double down on that and move along. If you are sitting here waiting for everything just to work out perfectly, you will maybe have like 5 perfect days out of 365 days of the year. You're never going to get anywhere with that. And that's why it's
I,
overwhelming because you're burning yourself out.
we're very good at burning ourselves out. And I guess one more limiting belief we can cover is the idea of I just don't have the motivation. I don't have the desire. Well, telling
Mhm.
yourself that all day and night,
Of course you're
again, this is
not.
this is that limiting belief that is pulling you back. And I've explained this before when I was doing a workshop. I'm like, if I were to tell you guys that, all right, you're gonna come to my workshop, and when you walk in, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like, they were like,
I'm
what?
going.
Okay, but like, who's gonna be excited to walk in the door?
Right.
And maybe like, if you're super excited for my workshop, you're still gonna come, but you're gonna flinch a little bit when
Right.
you walk in
Exactly.
the door. Like, it's gonna be a little apprehensive, but you're gonna take the punch and you keep going because you're
Yep.
super motivated. Well, guess what? You don't always have motivation, and the idea that you keep telling yourself that I'm not gonna do it because I'm not motivated, you're going to continue to stay stuck. It's gonna motivation, it comes and goes.
Yeah.
So what you just need to focus on is your habits, is your routine, is discipline. Focus
Yeah.
on how you feel afterwards. Find accountability in everything you do. Start with those tiny habits. Build a solid routine So that way you're consistent, you feel like you can count on yourself. And yeah, some days you're probably gonna
Yeah.
be more motivated than others, and then you're like a superstar. Some days it's
You're gonna be
okay
like,
to be just a little above average.
right. And there's gonna be days where you're like, I don't want to do it. And there, I mean, I have this external conversation with myself all the time. Meal planning and prepping is one of them. I hate meal prepping. I cannot tell you guys, I hate it. It's something all the time. I'm like, gosh, I hate this. This is stupid. But I also know if I don't do this, my week is going to suck. I'm going to get overwhelmed every time at dinner time or at lunchtime. I'm going to be like rushing around, grabbing whatever I can. I'm going to feel frazzled. I'm not going to hit my goals. So I do it because of that, right? It's kind of like setting yourself up for success. You just got to do it. It's like, I don't like when my alarm goes off in the morning either, but I'm going to set the timer because, or the alarm because I need to go to work by a certain time, right? You
Yeah.
just do it to make your life easier. Again, not everything is because I love doing this, and it's okay. Because while you might not like doing something and you're just relying on motivation, that's going to bite you in the butt. I'm hardly ever motivated to do a lot of the things that I should be motivated to do, but I do them.
We do them anyways.
Got to be grown up a little bit. Why am I doing that? You know, it's just,
And
it's this weird mindset. I don't know. This whole like, I only do things I love. I wish.
yeah, I
I
wish.
mean, I also wish that I could do everything I love and like a food fairy would come in and just put the meals in my fridge, but it's not gonna happen
Yes,
either.
I've actually had a couple people ask me lately if I like make meals
Oh,
for people. I'm like, ideally, a lot of people would probably hire me because I mean they're asking for a reason. And so like I thought about it, I'm like, no, I don't do that. I don't do it at my own. That's why I started telling me like I don't honestly do it at my own home because like I mentioned before, I do the planning, Josh does the cooking. We're a very great team. So
I can
I'm
plan
like,
it, I can put it together, but no, yeah. If I
do.
started doing that, my husband would be like, wait, what?
Like,
What are you
like,
picking for
if
all
you
these
were
other
to pay
people?
me, then I'll do it at my own house.
Right? I'm like, well, right?
That's part of like protecting your bubble as well, like deciding how you want your life to look. And as nice as it could be, like I said, to have another income source, it's not something I would enjoy. And I'm also like, I don't know if you really enjoy my version of cooking, anyways, because it's like,
Exactly.
I don't know, throw this in the crock pot, roast this in the pan.
Yeah, I'll plan it all day long. If you need me, no, I'm not gonna say that. I'm saying if you need me to plan it, I could do that for you, but I also hate making meal plans. I do it,
I do it not
but I get
because
it.
not because I'm motivated to.
Yeah, not because definitely not because I'm motivated to. I would say this is where it's just like, and I hate this, but I also get it. The like choose your hard. I hate it
Yeah.
because I feel like sometimes it's demeaning and degrading, you know, and it's like, okay, a lot of things are hard. Okay. And so not taking that. But again, yeah, choose your hard. Like, do I want to have a crappy week where I'm stressed out about food and I'm like rushing around and frazzled? Also, no. So I'm gonna do the thing that sets me up for success. My motivation is that I don't want to feel like crap.
It's a great motivation.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, not waking up like so I get some
Hmm.
meal from today.
Yeah.
So
Ugh.
what?
We've so we usually don't meal prep and we just started doing this like 3 weeks ago and it's actually going pretty well. Like we're just meal prepping giant like one pot thing. So we made like an unstuffed pan of stuff. Unstuffed peppers, that's what it is. I was like, what is it
Ooh.
called? So it's literally just like ground beef, veggies, and rice, and we just put it all together. So quick and easy. But now Josh and I both have lunches for the entire week. Like we literally don't have to cook. And then it worked out really nicely because at family dinner on Sunday, my dad, uh, what is it like? Do you roast it? Do you cook? I don't know. Made a pork butt. So we
Oh,
had
yeah.
like all this pulled pork. And so now I don't think we honestly have to cook dinner for the rest of the week either.
Amazing. Exactly. Once you like are done with your day and you're like, oh yes, I don't have to cook. It's like a little like, oh, okay, I'm happy.
Yeah.
You got to do
And
it.
granted that work was from my dad, not for me, but you know,
Yeah.
again, we're all benefiting here. We're all doing great.
Exactly. Working smarter, not harder.
All right, everyone. Well, we hope this little pep talk was helpful for you, just kind of breaking down those limiting beliefs because we all have them. And so it's all about We got to reframe. We got to figure out, okay, what are we going to do? And then you take action. So next time you have one pop up, stop and think, how am I going to work through this? And you're going to be golden.
Yeah. How can I reframe this? Let's knock it off.
Knock it off. Have a great week, everyone. And we will be back next week with a brand new episode. Bye.
Bye.